Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy here. I'm stopping by and I'm going to share with you what I've learned so far. And the topic that I've been studying has been religion, and not the lies that they told us growing up, but the real truth. So, what I've come to understand is that all the deities that we refer to as God are really not the ultimate one. They're just entities that were created to work alongside the ultimate one in preparing this illusion that we call life. The galaxies, the universe, the planets, all of it, including the dimensions. So, apparently, way back in the beginning of time, they all discussed what the plan was, and the plan was that eventually man was going to come to the earth, and that man was going to be given a soul, a piece of the ultimate one, and that would put man in a higher standing than any of the gods that he created, or the higher entities. And they didn't dig it. Well, most of them didn't dig it. They didn't think that man, who they considered, less than, should have more than they. And they got together and they fell. So that's where your fallen angels come into play. So your fallen angels are the ones who had a very big hand in creating everything that you see around you. So they did create the galaxies, the universe, the planets, life upon it. They did that. They also put dimensions into place. I think that there's upwards of 14 maybe. And on one of those dimensions, they would hang out and they would just watch. So when things started rolling and they decided that, they were going to put a wrench in the plan, that's where things get weird. That's why they went out of their way to make sure that the lessons, that the teachings, that the gifts that were given to man, knowing that they came from him, thinking it was the true God. Except there is no sex. So, the entities, the deities. Now, they had a major power trip. And that's where, all of these do what I say or I'm going to condemn you things come from. Because the only way for them to be able to truly scare man into doing their bidding or what they wanted, regardless of what it was to put invisible chains upon them. Meaning, if you kill somebody, you'll go to hell. If you uplift somebody, you'll go to heaven, Yes and no. So, no, you shouldn't take anybody's life. You shouldn't hurt anyone. You should never do those things. Because when you hurt one person, you hurt us all. Because what the entities didn't count on was that at some point through evolution, we were going to become attuned to the frequencies that we were supposed to be at this whole time. And they come in a multitude of teachings. So I've been learning about the Emerald Tablets and what goes along with all of that. And apparently there's two types of entities. One were called fallen, like fallen angels. And then the other one was called good. They're good angels. They still work on the side of right, not the side of, power or imprisonment or control of, if you will. whether through manipulation tactics or, not, but still, no. In any event, I also learned that one of the good guys was called Thoth, Thoth, and apparently he had many different names and wore many different human bodies. So he did, according to the Emerald Tablets, and even still, like, the hidden truth in the Bible leaks there sometimes, but he ruled for millennium, at least, several, like thousands of years, you know what I mean? And he was the good guy. So it was him and his brother. They were literally, apparently related, and the brother is the one who said, "Bow down to me," and his brother Thoth said, "There's no reason to bow down to anybody because we're all equal. As a matter of fact, they rank higher than us. So let's empower them and give them the ability to fulfill their mission." And brother Amen, or something like that, Aaron, I'm not sure exactly how it's said, like the name is pronounced, but in any event, he said no, not at all. So then it was them fighting, for domination, because good usually always prevails over bad. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, good usually, gets over on bad. So in order to still let this guy stay and reign, in order to stop the fighting between the two brothers, in order to give people, individuals, us, the opportunity to grow, advance, develop, like we were meant to do, right? In order to gain lessons and clear karma and learn and grow, Thoth went to the other side of the world and left his brother where he was to dominate those people, because if he continued to fight and clash, I guess nothing would have progressed. So, and maybe that's the yin, the yang. I'm not sure. Good and bad. They say you have a bad angel and a good angel on your shoulder. Your consciousness. Maybe. I don't know. But what I do know is that what I did learn, rather, is that he taught the people under many different costumes over many different centuries the right way. How to live, how to love, how to develop, live off the land, and, vibrations and numbers and all of that. And they also say that either Jesus was a descendant of, or he actually was Thoth, who was taken shape and form from the womb, because his mother, Mary, was a virgin when she got pregnant. And what I didn't know, and I learned, was that Mary's mother was also a virgin. So that was immaculate conception twice. So there had to be a reason that they were trying to keep that blood as pure as possible. And that was more than likely for the essence of Jesus to be able to dwell within that body without burning it out. Because when energy and vibration is high, it's sometimes hard to contain. So maybe that could be, maybe, I don't know, I'm guessing. I haven't gotten that far. I've watched a few videos that Billy Carson has made regarding the tablets and the pyramids and Jesus and the gods and the entities, being false gods, misleading people, through scare tactics, to say it mildly, and that government and other religious organizations, the Catholics, the Protestants, the Jewish, and the Muslim, whatever else might be out there, Buddha, that they all know what the actual truth is, but they're all keeping it under wraps. So as excavations uncover artifacts from the past and they make a big to-do about it, they're neglecting to tell you how it actually affects you. So for the longest time, I was aware that all these things were occurring and that people were finding things, and it didn't really register home with me because it wasn't part of my everyday reality. So every day I had to go to work, every day I had to do what I didn't want to do, every day I had to take care of somebody, I had to do something, for someone, and, at the end of the day, there was hardly any time left for me. So sleep usually overtook everything else. I know it's an excuse, being blind to, current effect. I can't talk. For current events. But as I'm awakening and becoming more and more aware of the travesties of all the crap around us, that's not exactly right. It's leading me down different paths of more growth and more enlightenment. So right now, I am diving in to what never settled right with me from the beginning. I never really did understand the concept of, praying or worshiping anybody, anything at all. I was intuitively led from when I was quite small that we have power within us that we need to acknowledge, embrace, and take care of so that it will take care of us throughout our life. And I've always made it a point to ask questions and, really listen to the answers and see how it portrayed within my life and my understanding. But the difference between then and now is that it was just a little nudge telling me that something was wrong. It's a huge, huge whistle being blown in my ear telling me that's not right. Don't listen. Figure it out. There's more to know. There's, dig down and figure it out. And I've always been one to finish my projects. So anything and everything I've ever started, whether life puts me, in multitask role and other things pop up that are more pressing and pushes what I want down, a little bit further my road, I will always, everything is tied together, and I will always keep pulling it up until there's nothing left on that rope and I've accomplished everything that I've started. I've always been that way. I don't like when things are left undone. To me, it's a big, colossal waste of time. And part of what I've been learning is that my intuition has always been there for me. So I should have always counted on it, trusted it, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that for the most part I've always trusted my intuition. It's led me away from certain roads, it's led me down, other streets, it's kept me away from being smacked, on the highway, so to speak, and I'm very grateful for that. And now I understand why I've been fortunate enough to sidestep death, actually, outright death. And that's so that I could be here with you, so that I was able to learn and be able to provide the knowledge that I gained. So when I was, 5, 6 maybe, something, tiny like that, I was shot in the head with the BB rifle by a kid who thankfully never pumped that rifle, because if he did, then I wouldn't be standing here right now, or sitting actually right now with you. And then somebody cut my brake lines, not once, but twice, at least, because I lost my brakes, and the mechanic told me each time, the jagged hose, they were cut. So, and I get it, people were pissed off at me because, they did things, and I responded to what they did, and they didn't like it. And that's been pretty much the story of my life. People think that they could do whatever and get away with it, and when I show up like a thorn in their side, then they kind of get, upset about that, and then they retaliate. They come back at me. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble talking, but I do know that I'm supposed to be telling you that there are myths, truths to the religion that we've been taught, and that there are clear doors that are opening up, illuminating what was hidden in plain sight, at least to me anyway. And as I learn that information and absorb it, and then can have the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to translate that to you, then I will certainly continue to keep you all in the loop. Because the more people who know exactly what I know, the better. And if you know more than I do, please enlighten me, because this is a journey that I am willing and grateful and thankful to take, because it will aid in mine, yours, and everyone else's ascension. Because if we collectively can shine light on all the things that were hidden from us in the past, that will certainly help kickstart a new, increased energy level that we can all sail upon into it. Another frequency. And I myself, I'm not running to the unknown. I'm walking, and I'm gathering as many people as I can, not so I don't have to go by myself. I know exactly what that feels like. I've been doing everything by myself pretty much my entire life. I have had help here and there, but nothing consistent. Nothing that lasted, the course of time. That just never happened. But that was for my growth. And you know what? I'm not at all upset about that. I'm not at all how dare you do that to me? How can you leave me? Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm glad that you did that. And I'm glad that you left. Or I'm glad whatever. You know what I mean? Because it made everything so much more worthwhile at the end. And I'm not at the end. I'm nowhere near the end, but I am certainly further along than what I've been. And I'm very grateful for that. And I cannot wait to continue to enlighten myself and to provide to you all the information that I've learned. I know that there's an awful lot to unpack as far as religion goes, but I'll leave you with one thought. And that is, you are more powerful than you ever thought that you could be, because you actually control your destiny. And if you believe in yourself, if you work towards the light, the right, then you will see, without even trying, how uplifted you could be and how much further you will have gone. And when you look back upon your accomplishments, you're going to be like tapping both shoulders. I know that I keep being told that I should reflect upon my life and that I should reflect on my trials and my tribulations and everything that I've overcome. And then what I've learned that was wrong, that I'm relearning that's right, and that's been a lifelong journey as well, just so you know. How much better of a person that I am becoming. I'm so eager to see the finished product. In my vision, it is certainly chiseled with poise and with grace and balance, vibrating as high as I possibly can, with my light being friends that I see out my window every day. And lately, and I told them, it's so cold out there, come inside. And, I could see the light beings, the light orbs coming through my window and hanging out like a foot or two away from the wall. And I'm like, come on in, there's plenty of room for all. So yeah, I've been awakened to my spirit team. They're showing themselves through light orbs, dancing through the air. Feels so warm, so inviting, so comforting. So much love. You have them too. When you open up your heart, when you open up your mind, when you raise your vibration, you'll see them too. They'll come to you. Until the next time, my lovely collective friends, remember, you are the most important light being, because you are part of the ultimate one. So you go and learn as much as you can, good, bad, or indifferent, so that when we all meet again, we could share our experiences. I just feel all warm and bubbly inside, which is really good for me, because that means my manifestation is working, where I'm surrounded in a bubble of warmth. Well, it's probably snowing outside. I know it's like 15 degrees. Yikes. Let love warm your heart. Let knowledge fill your brain. And let strength and courage consume you from the inside out. And light always make your way. Like, light up your way. Guide you. May the light guide you. See, they're giving me the right words to say. Blessed be my family. Peace, love, joy. Love to all of you.